As a homeowner, you start trying to fix things in your house, and then you start realizing just how many things that if you mess up can either explode or set on fire. And to celebrate that, we have Jinx. Welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Versailles. This is Swain Week Part 3, where we do the Noxian Grand General, this time using Jinx. For Relics, we're using the Loose Cannons, Payload, Guardian Angel, and Scourge's Stash. The one flex slot, I think, is here, and instead of Guardian Angel, you can use Grand General's counter plan. This will often give you better ways to replay Jinx, assuming that you don't draw anything new, but if you get items such as Deathless or Stabilize or Shadow Totem, then you'll really want Guardian Angel. Obviously you don't know that until you get in the adventure, but I think it's better to just go with it anyway, plus you get an extra revive. So even if you mess up, you have a little bit of a protection with that Guardian Angel that you don't have with Grand Generals, but sometimes no Grand Generals is very bad. So if you see lethality, you should probably take it. This doubles your damage basically to the enemy nexus, and it'll get you through everything up until the end, no problem. So this is very good. Perfection is obviously better, it's 4 times as good. Well, I guess twice as good, but whatever. You get the point. And then, like I said, Shadow Totem, Stabilize. In this adventure specifically, Fortifications is very good. Yeah, those are the main things I'd be looking for. But if you see lethality, take lethality, because doing extra damage is fantastic. Eager Apprentice is something you can play on round 1, and he doesn't really cost anything, because he refills your spell mana. Pow Pow's good. Just can remove a thing, and Boom Crew is not bad either. Mostly in your first hand, it doesn't matter what you keep, because you're going to be discarding it in round 2. So we take some damage, we drop Eager Apprentice, which refills our spell mana, like I said, and then we pass. Now they're going to play a card. We're going to play. Your choices are either Pow Pow or Jury Rig. Since we have the Pow Pow, we can spend it. Make sure we kill just a unit here. And then we'll drop Jinx as well. We still have 2 spell mana left over, so we can play both Death Rockets. Jinx getting stunned. It's not ideal. We can kill the Jinx and then re-trigger all of the damage effects, which will do a lot of damage to the enemy nexus, but probably won't remove a lot of these units, which is what's actually going to damage us. So might be better not to. We can also spend a Pow Pow to kill the Reckless Trifarian. We could pass here, play the Super Mega Death Rocket, hope one hits the Reckless Trifarian, and then play the other Super Mega Death Rocket. We'll probably get attacked before then. So these are the kinds of things we want to be thinking about. And yeah, you want to check to see if you have lethal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 5. We'll discard 5 cards, so that's 10 damage, and then we have 4 more damage, so we're not quite at lethal yet if we do kill our Jinx, so I think it's best to stay defensive here. And we can just go full defensive, I think it's fine. So they didn't attack with the Trifarian because it would die, which is cool for us. We can just block here, only take 4, and then we'll Death Rocket. Yeah, we'll Death Rocket again. Doesn't kill the things that damage us on round start, but, you know, close enough. And then here we just win the game because lethality will double our damage, and then we discard our cards from playing our new Jinx. It's just enough damage. So you can kill your Jinx to re-trigger effects. It is a powerful tool, you don't have to. Jinx is also just good. Ruination is super interesting. It makes a free unit, which is nice. Crumbling Sands also good. But Ruination we can play on round... I think it's actually pretty late, like round 4 or 5. That might be too late to take, whereas Roar of the Slayer we could use round 1, or same with Crumbling Sands, and it replenishes itself, well not round 1 but round 2, and then this is also round 2. If we play Roar of the Slayer we can also play Jinx, so we're going to take that over Crumbling Sands, though Crumbling Sands is probably a bit better, since we don't have extra mana to use. We might not be able to pull it off, and that's its main issue. Your support doesn't really matter, because you're going to be dropping everything anyway. Something with Farsight Alteration isn't bad because it just gives you an extra card to discard. So I'm probably going to take this. You could have better things. You could have things with stuns or lifesteal, which would help, but I'm not sure it's necessarily worth spending the reroll when we could reroll like a champion item chest and then potentially get Deathless. If we get Deathless, we just automatically win the game, so we're kind of going for that. Between Marauder and Manasoul, I'm going to take Manasoul on Jinx because Marauder makes an infinite amount of units and we're not super good at killing an infinite amount of things, and Marauder we can eventually, or Manasoul Student, we can eventually just kill their Manasoul Students and then most of the damage will stop there. We can also take advantage of it by playing our own like slow spells. We pass and we pass. And now we're gonna pow pow. Triple Manasoul is really bad for us. We're gonna drop Jinx. And we didn't kill anything, which is a little bit of a problem. We could double block here and let Jinx die. We lose out on one Death Rocket. I think that's probably fine. We still get to play the other, and we do a bunch of damage to the Nexus. We're gonna Death Rocket. She'll trigger the Manasoul effect, and we can kill the thing that will just do straight damage to us, and then with our mana refill we'll finish it off. So this is why lethality is really good. You're just doing twice as much damage as you normally would. There are other ways to do this. Like I said, Shadow Totem Stabilizer. We'll double up on the Sword of the Slayer. We can remove it if we decide we don't like it. And I'm fine getting rid of a card, probably better than an item chest. And I would cut Amateur Aeronaut, it's not very good. And then here's a champion item chest, which we do really want. Problem is, we're going to take a lot of damage here. But I think it's still worth it, because again, if we find Deathless, we just automatically win. So we really want to do that. We keep Roar of the Slayer, I think. We can use it to get rid of the Crimson Disciple. Actually, we can't because it's higher power than the other two. Never mind, I was wrong, and also we didn't draw Jinx. So this will be interesting. Rule number 1 about being good at this game is draw your champion. We did pick up a Crumbling Sands, which we can use a little bit later. And I think we can drop Jury Rig. This will prevent 5 damage. We still take 1 though. Crumbling Sands will let us draw a card and stop some of the bleeding. We do draw into Jinx, which is great. We can't play her because we don't have the mana though, which is less great. They could open attack here, that would be terrible for us. We don't have anything to play at fast speed, but we can just drop Jinx, which, I mean, takes all our mana, which is not ideal, again, but kind of do what you gotta do. And we're definitely dead here, so our only hope is that this is enough damage, and I know it's not. Draw your champions. I guess I could have killed some extra stuff and maybe stayed alive there. Not clear. I feel like they could have challenged towards the end and then we wouldn't have had the life. But we actually had a fair amount of hit points, so maybe could have lived. Or maybe we don't drop Jinx and we play Roar of the Slayer instead. I don't know. Did draw our champion this time, so we're fine. Drop an Eager Apprentice and we pass. We will play Jury Rig into Jinx. Roar of the Slayer is probably a little more defensive. I'm choosing to be a little more offensive here. By keeping the Death Rockets. They do challenge me, so I lose the Death Rockets anyway. And we'll finish off. I guess we could kill this, but there's kind of no point. Gonna take damage, but it's fine. We win the game because of lethality. And this guy got hit every single time. So we took damage we didn't need to take, but it's fine. We have 16 health. We'll just heal, I guess. Maybe it doesn't matter what you pick. Sunken Temple's kind of fun, but we'll probably never play it, so I guess Veiled Blessing because it's a spell and we might be able to play it. Now the champion item chest. I'm fine re-rolling. Like I said, I do want to find Deathless. Farsight Alteration is good enough for now. We still have after Jhin to re-roll again. And we probably need the hit points, so I'm going to heal here. Getting rid of a card, better, because then it makes it so it's more likely to draw your champion usually, but we do have Farsight Alteration, so we don't have to worry about that. And I should have actually kicked Jinx out of my hand because of Farsight Alteration. I just kind of forgot, even though I just said it. Drop Eager Apprentice, and we'll pass. We're taking a bunch of damage. Oh no, we're gonna take so much damage from the shady characters copying the turrets, city breakers. We'll shoot that guy and drop Jinx. I think Pow Pow is preferable over Jury Rig because Jury Rig will come down anyway. And we'll Death Rocket. This is just kind of a race of your hit points versus theirs. We'll block. Then we'll Death Rocket again. And we should be winning here. Attack. Drop Blade of Demacia. Kill one of the city breakers. And then next round we win. Because we have more damage than they have life. Mana and cards are kind of your, I don't know, counter of how much damage you can do. As long as you have a lot of mana and a lot of cards, you win the game. Alright, so like I said, I want Deathless. Gonna reroll, and we find it. So, you might think it's like lucky that I got that, but I spent all my rerolls trying to get it. And it was my plan going in from the beginning, so it's not really luck, it's... I mean, it is somewhat lucky that I actually got it, but it was based in a plan that I thought was fairly likely to work. And now we automatically win the game, like I said. As long as we can draw Jinx, which we can, because she has Farsight Alteration. Now if we can pick up something like Sorcery or Wild Inspiration, that's kind of the last piece that we're looking for, and then we'll be fantastic. We're gonna shoot something here, and then we'll drop a Jinx. And they cannot attack us, because if they do, Jinx will die. And if Jinx dies, then we get 2 Jinx. Because of the Deathless. And then when Jinx dies, we get another Jinx. And even though these guys have tough and that's hard to deal with, it doesn't matter, because we have infinite Pow Pows. Every time we kill our Jinx, we do damage to the Nexus. And Guardian Angel plus Deathless, the timeless combination, just gives you infinite infinite champions that can never be removed from the board. Take Light of Demacia with the plan to remove it later. Actually, we don't need to remove cards anymore. Take Treacherous Terrain, it'll save us a little bit of damage. At the shop, we don't really need to take anything, we're just kinda good. Take Fixer Upper as a power, and we'll go to Smooth Soloist, which is also a power. So, my lucky thing was getting lethality. That was nice. You know, it was better than a lot of other powers that I could have pulled. But after that, I think everything was kind of in the plan. Like, I'd always planned to get Deathless, that's why I picked Guardian Angel over Grand General's counter plan. Drop Jinx. Then I think they can't attack. I'm like reasonably sure of it. But we'll kill our Jinx anyway. If they decide to attack, then we can kill it twice. And attack with everything. They don't even bother blocking because it doesn't matter. We both realized that it didn't matter. Again, we're looking for Wild Inspiration or... Ooh, that's delightful. We're looking for Wild Inspiration or the other thing, Sorcery. Oh, they give us Perfection? Oh, I can't turn that down. Sorcery is probably actually better for what we're doing and where we are right now. But how do you turn down perfection? They're just giving it to us for free. I'm gonna take sorcery and be sad about it, but you know, for the video, I don't want you to see perfection and be like, oh, Dia only wins because he pulls perfection and Deathless Guardian Angel, which is true. But I don't want you to think that. But it's definitely true. Again, it doesn't matter because we have Farsight Alteration. Could have just kept everything. Anyway, here's why sorcery's good. Sorcery is also your 4-star power, so should you, what's the word, have the 4-star, you don't need to roll for sorcery ever, and you can just play as if you have it. We're going to open by passing, they're going to play some card, we don't care. We're going to play our Pow Pow, do a little bit of damage here, and then we're going to drop our Jinx. Now, because of sorcery, we were able to do that on round 1. We also get a nice little attack here, which is probably going to block with the 0-7 would be my guess. Ah, the 2-8. Fine. It puts us under 3 power, or 3 health, so we can Pow Pow. And then we can Pow Pow. And that is what you can do with sorcery. Now, if we had pulled perfection, we'd just win the game. Instead, I think it would have been on this round instead of the previous round, because we wouldn't have had the mana to make it work. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter, as you can see. That's how you play Jinx and Swain. If you're having problems because your starting power is not very good, the thing you can do is just beat the first thing and then reroll your power, start again. The draw 2 power from the common pool, actually also not bad because it gives you more items or more cards to discard, which, you know, is more damage because cards are damage, and then they turn into Pow Pows, which are also damage. So that's a thing you can do. I didn't plan on getting lethality, but I did plan to get Deathless and Guardian Angel. That's a good combination. So we're gonna play a little bit again, since that was pretty quick and stupid. So, Dawning Age you could take. It's not, it'll reduce the cost of Jinx by 1, which helps your mana. Enfeebling Strike is also incredible, so you can make everything just have 0 power. Wild Inspiration lets you play all your cards for free, so this is something that I would take. Explosive Entrance is a little bit more damage, we'll take Wild Inspiration. So your power matters, I mean, that is what it comes down to. And we got lucky the first time with lethality, but I'll show you what Wild Inspiration does instead this time. Nice little pass, and I'm not going to go through the whole adventure. We're going to Pow Pow here, and then we can drop Jinx. Comes down, does a bunch of damage. She gets stunned. I think that's fine. We'll Death Rocket. I don't want to lose the Death Rocket. And we'll Pow Pow, hoping to snipe one of these guys. Pow Pow again, snipe the other, Pow Pow again, and I think we'll kill this guy. Then we can just block. Death Rocket. I'm fine killing this guy here. Just stops all the damage. No reason not to. Play Boom Crew, attack. You can drop Eager Apprentice. Not sure why they're not playing cards. Then we will rocket for the finish. So, Wild Inspiration works like that. You can see that I had a lot less cards, and it took like all of my resources to pull off that. But still fine, right? Take upgrades to Pow Pow when you see them. Unless they make them cost more, then don't take them. And then, you know, for something like this, I don't know what I would take here. I don't think it's worth a reroll, because again, you want to save it for Guardian Angel, but this isn't very good, so you could. Nothing's giving you health, nothing's doing anything here. Probably take Lulu, because you have some low power units that you could use, or you could take this Master Yi, but you're almost never going to actually play Master Yi. And same with Trundle, you're almost never going to play Trundle, but Troll Chant is okay. So maybe you take Master Yi to make Grief's Lesson. It's basically card replacement, which again, cards are your damage in a Jinx deck. And then for Young Witch, I don't know, this just makes 2 units, so you have 2 blockers, which isn't bad. And they're all really inexpensive, so that's kind of how I think about things. A reroll probably wouldn't be bad. You could roll into something like Karma or Shen, and those are going to be better options. But yeah, and then there's a champion item chest here, so we would go through Marauders, take the champion item chest. We're not going to reroll because it's a common champion item chest, you can tell by the green outline, but if we find Deathless here, then, you know, we win the game. So that's kind of the goal. Otherwise we'll, you know, spend our rerolls after Jhin to kind of finish it off. And that is this adventure. Hope that helped. And I said I wasn't going to play through the whole thing, and I mean, we'll see if that's true or not. So like I said, this is going to be harder than the other side, because they have an infinite amount of units and they can make them big. So we kind of don't want to go this way. I could block a 3 so I could save all this, but I think killing Jinx and saving the damage is probably worth more than playing the extra rocket. But yeah, because they have infinite units, it's just harder to kill the Nexus here, so we want to avoid that as much as possible. We're trying to snipe the middle one, and we didn't manage it. But we still get rid of all the units because something, for some reason. So we don't take damage at round start. That's the reason. Hopefully we snipe that. Perfect. Then we attack because it's stunned because of Deathless. We win. Then we go to our champion item chest. It's more important than the shop. And we can take some treasure as a thing that we could maybe remove later. So we don't find Deathless here, and like I said, we're not going to reroll. We'll just take Frost Spikes. And then the loose cannon, really? Okay, cool. We go through Crimson Aristocrat. So I lied when I said we weren't going to do the whole adventure. We're going to do the whole adventure now. Since we don't have Farsight Alteration, we keep both Lulu. This forces us to draw Jinx. And we're going to pass, and we're going to pass. And so what you would like to do here is play Zonite Urchin and then drop Jinx, but if you do that, they're just going to attack you and then you're going to die. So you're forced to play Jerry Rig and then drop Jinx, because that's less actions. We're still going to take a ton of damage from this stupid Crimson Disciple, and there's like nothing we can do about that. We could maybe kill it. I think that's worthwhile, even though it's like fairly high investment to do that. But it'll just, again, we're just stopping bleeding in this adventure. Death Rocket. Death Rocket. Kill a City Breaker. And because we have no cards, we should be able to draw into some stuff. I should have maybe played that, although I couldn't pass up on those 20 stats. 20 stats is too good. You don't want to like flip that out of your hand. Death Rocket. Yes. I want to keep this guy alive. And we kind of need to keep Jinx alive too, unfortunately. Because we haven't drawn a second Jinx, and I forgot that was going to happen. So I kind of made a mistake there. And not kind of, I made a mistake there. Still we attack. And we're probably dead. I don't think there's anything that stops us from dying here. Because eventually they're just going to attack, and you know, that's game. I don't think I did anything super wrong except forget that Jinx could die. That's okay, we can go again. If I lose here, it's going to be so funny. Because Loose Cannon's Payload is so good. I think I overcommitted into the Disciple was the major issue. We passed because we don't have Eager Apprentice. It just took all of my resources to kill. I thought it was going to take somewhat less. And then I kind of needed to draw second Jinx at a certain point, and I didn't. So we're going to try to snipe the two side ones by killing the Disciple. And if not, we'll just block. And then block. I think that's just fine. Kinda don't want to be out of cards. We can get rid of all our cards the next round if we need to. Drop Rocket Border. Drop second Rocket Border. Back with everything. Jinx will die here, which we can't allow because of all the reasons we figured out last time. And we can't do 5 damage with this, so this Rocket Border's dead. I shouldn't have attacked with it. I just didn't do the math. It's fine. I'm gonna do that thing. Death Rocket. And we'll draw a card. Not the card I wanted. And throw away Jinx because she's kind of dead either way. Drop Young Witch. And we're kind of in the same bad position we were in before. I think I've learned not to go Crimson Aristocrat. Ooh, I think we're okay. I think we're allowed to play Jinx here. That was bad. Yeah, so we're just dead again. I should have attacked. I just wasn't paying attention. I fell into despair. This is so sad. I'm just gonna cut the video at like 17 minutes when I finish the first adventure, and then you won't even see this part. Okay, so what are we doing wrong? We need more cards, because they have more life than we have cards. And Crimson Aristocrat, you probably just avoid, honestly. I'm gonna play Zonite here to draw a card. And I think we're just gonna play a little bit slower, and then hope that that works out for us. We trade there because, oh no, second Disciple. Because, like, things really haven't been working out for me. I'm gonna play Caretaker. That's not the card I thought that was. I thought it was Shadow Totem, not Spirit Stone. Play Eager Apprentice. We're already dead, by the way. Actually, I think we legitimately just die here. Because I don't think we can kill the Disciples without dying. Because every time they take damage, we're going to take damage, and we have to damage them to kill them. So, probably dead. Yeah. Alright, well, you know, sometimes things don't work out for you. My lesson that we learned there is don't go Crimson Aristocrat unless you have lethality. Or Perfection. Perfection's good too. But yeah, that's mostly how you do it. If we went the other way, we would have been fine, but you know, I was being really greedy, trying to get the champion item chest and then go into the loose cannons payload. And I feel like I should have been able to figure it out. That was definitely a situation where Grand General's counter plan would have been better than Guardian Angel, because we could just replay Jinx every time and get her killed and replay her, and like that would have been much stronger than Guardian Angel. So yeah, you're going to need some amount of strength if you want to go Aristocrat, but it's probably best just to go top route on both of those. Yeah, anyway. First one was good, second one was less good. But that's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, that is how you win with Jinx. Draw good power, and then you're fine. And if you don't, then maybe you die. Again, Shadow Totem Stabilizer, Deathless, Lethality Perfection, Sorcery, Alternate Hex Core is good. Enfeebling Strike would have been really good. Because it reduces damage every time a thing strikes. And so all of your damages, your pings will do damage as well. And yeah, anyway, that's it. That's my advice. Get a good power. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.